Assalamualaikum. Welcome. Thank you all for come here. Saya akan jawab soalan anda. I will answer your question. Apa dia? Komen mengenai timbalan menteri yang nikah online with the imam in a masjid kedai baru di Golok. First of all, fitnah, fake news. Mana ada masjid yang call itself masjid kedai baru? Is it a kedai or a masjid? How would you feel if I buka a kedai and call it masjid baru? Confused tak you all? You nak datang sembahyang ke nak beli buku? Confused. Tapi seperti yang dijelaskan oleh the timbalan menteri, ini perkara peribadi. This is a private matter. Why you all sibuk-sibuk probok ni? The timbalan menteri told Sinar Harian, and I quote, isu seperti ini sepatutnya tidak berlaku. What does he mean that the nikah patutnya tidak berlaku? No. The video patutnya tidak berlaku. Who would be so stupid to break the law and then video and then upload the video online? It shouldn't have happened. Takkan you nak makan durian PKPP ataupun you nak visit your friend for lunch and then upload the video online. It shouldn't have happened. You will not do it. What's that? The timbalan yang di-Petua Majlis Agama Islam Wilayah Naratiwat Abdul Aziz Cik Mat menjelaskan pihaknya tidak pernah mengiktiraf pernikahan secara dalam talian. This is where he is wrong. Ini bukan secara talian. Nobody is calling, halo, tak ada. This was online, atas talian, on the line. Macam Tinder, macam Grindr. What is Grindr? I don't know. Anyway, they didn't calling. This one is video calling. Ini norma baru. But once again, I repeat, it shouldn't have happened. But why nikah right now during this time when the entire country is struggling, orang yang tak ada makan, tak ada nasi, and why nikah in the first place? Ini you kena salahkan Spanish fly. Check 1 2 1 2. Dah on. Okay. Assalamualaikum. Khabar semua. Thank you for come here today. I need to explain the new SOP. New SOP. Because I know a lot of the rakyat is confused. I don't know why they're confused. It's actually very easy. The new SOP is almost the same as the old SOP. And the old SOP was just like the old new SOP. Senang je. So if you have any question, please ask question. Ya dia, apa dia? Alcohol. Alcohol categorized by the National Security Council as non-essential. Therefore, ban. Tak boleh jual. Is ban. Tak boleh. Cannot. Lagipun alcohol is no good for the SOP. Because when people are drinking, then they come out, suddenly they love everybody. They see the people, the friend, they want to hug the friend. I love you, brother. Oh, you are like my brother. Tak boleh. Ni patah SOP. The SOP is broken. Tak boleh. 1 meter. Must keep away. Any other question? Cigarette. Rokok. Rokok is also non-essential. Tapi boleh jual. Why? Because it's essential to the cigarette addict. You don't know. If you are not a smoker, you will understand. Do you smoke? You don't smoke. Where you from? Police. No wonder lah. You don't know. Cigarette addict, they must get the cigarette. If they don't get, it will be a problem. Tak dapat rokok, dia suddenly like geram je macam tak boleh. We must look after our addicted rakyat. We must take care of them. Lagipun, if you have no cigarette, then the rakyat, what happen to them? What will happen? They will turn to heroin. Macam mana tu? Do you know how difficult it is to shoot up heroin when you are doing Zoom conference? Susah tu. Tengah Zoom, you want to you nak ikat ni. Susah. Cannot. At least dengan rokok boleh. Rokok you just light under the table. Senang tu. Apa? Do I smoke? It's not about me. I'm not important myself. It's about the rakyat. The rakyat, we must look after them. So, I think macam ni, kalau apa-apa, there's nothing else. I just nak pergi rokok. Rokuzen pergi my friend restaurant. Not I take away from the restaurant because now cannot eat at the restaurant. Yes. Assalamualaikum. Good evening, viewers out there, and welcome once again to What's Going On Malaysia. Seperti biasa, we got to do a sound check. Let me know in the comment section. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, I will be following your comments. Good evening, Encik Lee Eric. Good evening, Lim Zelf. Good evening, Arcelin De Costa. Good evening, Mardiana Abdullah. This is an interactive show, ladies and gentlemen, and I know you guys are looking forward to it as much as I am. My name is Harith Iskandar, and it is my honor and my pleasure to be with you tonight on another episode. By interactive, I mean the more you comment, the more you question, and the more you share this streaming, the show will be more meletup. Dan malam ni memang kita akan meletup yang dengan cara yang berbeza. Seperti biasanya the last few weeks I have had politicians, I have had lawyers, I have had memang orang-orang yang terkenal di sisi the fame of what they are and what they do. Tapi malam ini I am featuring you. I am featuring orang biasa, the Malaysians who have a stake in Malaysia, yang rasa bahawa something is going on in Malaysia, something is not right with Malaysia, and they have come forward. So guys, it's going to be a great show. Latara Sun is from Johor Bahru, Apa Khabar, and Felicia from Johor Bahru. Remember, share this streaming right now because we have got a chock-a-block. Dalam orang putih kita kata chock-a-block. Ini bukan tak ada kena mengena dengan coklat. Ini kena mengena dengan being full, packed with information, packed with kehebatan, and packed with humor as well. I have 3 guests on tonight. I will be bringing them one at a time. First off, my plan is to bring in Mia Sarah, but I just noticed that she may not be in the waiting room at the moment. Kalau dia tak appear in a couple of minutes, I will bring in my other guest ahead of her. But first of all, I just want to say something, tuan-tuan and puan-puan. Guys, I have been getting so many messages, so many DMs, so many comments. Thank you. I appreciate every single comment. I appreciate every single message, and I will try and answer every single comment. One of the most common, yang biasa that you guys are asking me is, you're asking me to, hey, why don't you invite this person? Hey, you should invite that person. Hey, I don't want to hear this person, I want to invite a person. Guys, kalau boleh, I will invite all of them. I will invite Anwar Ibrahim. I will invite Ismail Sobri. I will invite Najib Razak. I will invite Ronnie Cheng. I will invite Datuk Sri Hishamuddin. I will invite all of them. I will invite the DJ Nur Hisham. I will have all of them. Memang betul, saya dah menjemput, tapi these people are busy. They cannot just datang macam, Arit, kau buat show. Okay, pukul berapa? Pukul 10. Okay lah, aku buat dengan kau. No, they are out there doing their lives, and they are going to get back to me with the right time to come on the show. But That's why I'm so excited about this show tonight, because this show tonight is about you. It's about the Malaysians who have gone viral. Now, I'm going to jump straight into the show because my first guest is here. This young lady, I first noticed when someone began sharing her Twitter with me. A very good friend of mine, Rabin Nija, shared her Twitter post with me. He said, "Bro, have you seen this?" And then I checked the Twitter, and this young lady had a little song, and I went to check it, and I fell in love with the song. I fell in love with the spirit of her, and I want to bring her straight into the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stream. This is Mia Sarah. Apa khabar, Mia? How are you?
Bye. Hello, how's it going? Keja, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, Mia. You know
That's
what? We've never really met. I don't even know you. Can you spend 1 minute just explaining to the viewers out there before we jump into the topic at hand? Tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? Where are you from? What's your story?
all right. So my name is Mia Sarah. I grew up in Seremban. I go by Mia Saurus on all my social media platforms. That's where I sometimes post songs or rhymes that I write, very short ones. So that's why I'm online. And in person, as a human being, I've been lucky enough to still be able to keep my job during this pandemic. So I'm currently working from home. I'm 23 years old.
What do you do? What do you do, Mia?
Um, I answer calls every day. I work as a customer service agent.
Oh, you're a customer service agent. So if I complain, you take a lot of complaints every day, lah.
Yes, I see the worst side of people every day.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that sounds like another episode.
No
But
one
you know what,
really
Mia?
calls to say, yeah, no one really calls to
Yeah,
compliment you
no,
or anything. They only call to complain.
you know what? You have a point. I'm going to call up customer service and just call to say, "Hi, thank you so much for just answering the phone. Thank you for doing your job."
Please, please do. I got one call like that. It was very nice. It made my whole day, my whole week.
Okay, to everyone who's watching right now, right after this show, please call up a customer service. Siapa, I don't care. Cellcom customer service ke, Dome customer service ke, Shopee customer service, and just call up and say, "Hey, I was watching Harith Iskandar's What's Going on in Malaysia, and I shared the video as well, the streaming, and I just want to say thank you for doing your job, because Mia reminded me it's nice to be kind, right?"
Very. You never know whose day
Okay,
you're gonna
all
make.
right, Mia.
Yes.
You never know whose day you're gonna. You made my day with this song. I shared a little bit of it on the promo for the show, but do you
Mhm.
mind? Can you play a song live right now, and then we'll talk about it?
Oh, right now. Yes, I did prepare a guitar
Yeah,
here.
right
I
now.
thought this was going to happen. After all, this is what I'm here for. Came here for the
Okay.
song. Okay,
Okay.
hang on.
Is the song, by the way, does it have a title?
Sorry?
Does it have a title? Is there a name for the song?
I'll call it the Black Flag. It's my Black Flag.
Okay. So, judging by the title, I think the audience knows what the song is about. Please take it away, Mia.
All right, here we go. You were doing pretty well at worst. Got us thinking we could beat it. Then your friends, they made it work. You could plane across the sea for power. Then took a plane back here with a fatal disease you carry. How did the election go, sir? So my neighbor's lost his job first, followed by that single mom lady whose car they took away. Now they're hoping they're eligible, while their savings used up on food and shelter. How's it Durian, sir? We haven't seen one in a year. We raised white flags as a cry for help, and you made it about you. This isn't about you. The man with kids has got no food to eat, and soon they'll have no place to live. So he got a rope and got it over with, and that's on you, sir, not him. How's it going up there, sir? It's not great down here. That's about it. I think I messed up the last part. It was supposed to be how's the weather up there, sir?
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter. So, to some people who be watching that, maybe it was lagging a little bit.
I see.
It skipped a little bit, but basically, the song was you touched on a few topics. Can you just say the lyrics? Okay, the first one was about you talking about
Right.
how a group of people brought the
Oh,
virus from.
all right, let's go line by line here. So I said that you were doing pretty well at first. That's what I thought. I think that's what we all thought. We saw hope at first, and it got me at least thinking that we could actually beat it, the virus. And then I just think some people made it worse because they took a plane across the sea, and just to make sure I actually went on Google Map just to make sure it is actually across the sea so that I don't get my facts wrong. And then they
You,
came back here with the thing, and it actually got worse after. So all that, what was that for? What was that for? All the crossing the sea thing. So how did the election go?
yeah, so
So that was
I
it.
think what captivated me about the song is you what captivated me about the song was basically in a very sweet and tuneful manner is basically what many, if not all, Malaysians are wondering. Mula-mula negara ni, we were doing quite good. In the beginning, we were laughing at Italy. Ha ha ha! Look at those Italians. The numbers are so high. Ha ha ha! Look at the Singaporean. The numbers are so high. And then after the Sabah elections, it seemed to go downhill from then. And the second part
Yeah,
of your song, which I really resonates with me, was that you talk about your neighbor who lost their job and got their car taken away. Which Mia, do you have personal experience of this, or is this something that you just heard, or do you actually know someone who had that experience recently?
um I know a person whose car was almost taken away and then got help. I read on Twitter that someone's car was actually taken away. So it was a mix of
Okay,
both.
I can tell you that that is absolutely a fact. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of people who have fallen through the cracks because of the economic situation in Malaysia, where they can't pay their rent, they can't pay their car loan, they cannot pay their motorbike loan, cannot pay their insurance, cannot pay their Astro, cannot pay their internet. Dan ini
Definitely.
bukan orang miskin. These are not poor people. These are people who have a two household family. There's a father, there's a mother, both are working. One loses a job or two lose a job or they get 50% pay cut. And this happens. Their car gets taken away. They can't pay rent. So Mia, you're 23. Uh,
I am.
how did you or why did you come up with the song?
Oh, I think that's how I rage.
Oh,
I got
rage, as in like.
inspired. Well,
Uh,
that's how other people rage. Well, this is how I rage. Well, the pandemic has really tested us. People are desperate. I mean, it's easy to tell people to be patient or let go and let God when you don't sleep at night thinking what to feed your kid next week because you just ran out of that the brass is gonna only last until the end of the week, or lie awake at night just googling if the bank is allowed to claim the car if it's inside your house area during working hours. I know a person who does this. So
you actually Google this to find out what the legal stand is on reclaiming a vehicle?
no, I was asked. This was asked to me by a friend. So my friend was
Okay.
actually googling uh, if my friend's car could be taken away during working hours and inside the house area. I'm not sure what he or she came up with, but I'm not gonna say he or she. But people actually Google this and they lie awake at night googling this, and some of us actually, this I don't know, but I'm sure it happens. Some of us actually lock themselves their room talking to their landlord, defending their roof, just in whisper, hoping their kids won't hear them. I'm sure this happens because I mean, people are losing their jobs, and we're not just losing our jobs, we're losing our minds too. I'm sure We've been running out of patience, money, food, sanity, and patience. Did I say patience?
You just
So
said something. No, sorry. You said a line there earlier where there are probably parents who are whispering to their landlords about handling the rent because they don't want their kids to hear. You actually speak. You picture things like imagery in songs. When you were talking, when you just said that, I was actually thinking, oh my God, you're right. If I have kids, if I was forced to have a meeting with my landlord yang I tak bayar 3 bulan, I would not want my kids to be hearing this conversation, and I'll be
yes,
whispering.
it's heartbreaking.
I'm sorry. I'm like, wow. This you are you're not married. You don't have kids, right?
No, not at all. I have siblings.
Okay. But so how is it that you are thinking in terms of people with
I was
kids, and you're thinking in terms
thinking,
of
right. I was just thinking if this were to happen if this were to happen about 10 years ago, I was only 13. I think by 13 I would understand a bit, but maybe if I was younger when this was happening, maybe if I'm 7 right now, I'm sure my dad would lock himself in that next room. Of course, now we could be very transparent because I understand stuff, but not everybody has got grown up kids. In fact, most of us has little kids. And it's
yeah,
easy. I wouldn't say it's easy, but from I mean in my family, it's because we're all grown and we could share burden and just complain to one another, and all of us can make money now if we have to. My sister can just drop it out if she has to. But some families don't have that option. They have kids to feed because they can't feed themselves. So I was thinking of them, I
okay,
guess.
okay. I know I did speak to you over WhatsApp. You actually write you before this is not your first song. You actually write songs. This is this your first politically motivated song?
Yes, it is. I haven't written anything like this before.
Okay. You know why I invited you on the show as well is because it's very rare. It has been very rare. I don't think it's very rare now. It has been very rare to hear young people create. And yours is not an angry song, but I saw a comment just now. The comment is gone now, where someone said that it brought tears to their eyes listening to the song because I think the way you presented it, the way you've written it, it's not perfect in any sense, and that is the beauty of it. Because at the moment, life is not perfect, and I'm just putting my own words here. Uh, it's I'm looking forward to no pressure, but I'm looking forward
Mhm.
to more songs. Uh, as long as you write them authentically and from your heart. Is this your favorite song so far that you've written?
I guess so. It's the one that I remember by heart.
Or the rest you tak ingat langsung ke?
Not very, not really, not by heart.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Mia, I don't. If there's no others, I was going to ask you to play very quickly play another song, but you don't remember anything else by heart.
I hang on. I've got my songbook right here.
Oh, guys,
This was
how many
not
songs?
planned. I've got, I've got the first song that I wrote, my first ever song.
And what did you write? When did you write it? How long ago? How old were you?
I think this was about 3 years ago. I'm not sure. It's all just scribble, really, but it's there. I think it was
Okay,
about 3 years ago.
so you were okay. I'm sorry because the people are saying you look 13. You look.
I get that a lot.
So I thought, oh, you couldn't write that when you were 10. But uh, I have to apologize to some of the viewers. They say that the line is not very good. The streaming is not very good. I do apologize. I'm not sure where the source of that is, but we hope that it does get better. And you can also watch this later on. You know what, Mia? I want to say thank you so much to you for your song. I'm looking forward to other music that comes out from your song. soul. I think, and I said this in my promo, you reminded me a lot of early days of Yuna when she was just literally singing in her bedroom. And I'm very inspired by that. And I hope that you continue writing your songs, and we look forward to your other songs right now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I'm going to remove you from the room right now. You can continue watching from in the broadcast room. Thank you again, Mia. Terima kasih.
All right, sama-sama.
So, guys, yeah, go and check out Mia. It's Mia Saurus, Sauros, or whatever. We'll put that up in the link afterwards on all her Instagram and her Twitter. And of course, she's, her song "Touch Me," and I can see it from the singles that it touched from the comments. The reason I said singles is because Ed Fong asked, "Are you single, Mia?" Mia, I can see Mia in the broadcast room. Dia senyum aja. Okay, dia. But thank you, Mia. Mia's song touched on what's happening to the country, where people are losing their jobs, people are dropping from the M40s to the B40s, and of course the recent white flag movement, the Bendera Putih movement, which came out of that recent economic or current economic situation, which brings me to my next guest, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody shared his clip with me. It was the Sembayang clip, which I didn't know who he was. I pun tanya on my Instagram and my WhatsApp. I tanya everybody, hey guys, can you tell me who this guy is? You know what? I'm gonna play the clip. If you have not seen it, this is This is the original clip. We're gonna watch it first, actually, and then we're gonna bring in the guest, Mr. KK Shiva, who came up the clip. So here we go. Let's play the clip right now.
Okey, ni contoh lah, ini contoh. Saya sembahyang, Saya sudah sembahyang. Maksudnya, ada contoh orang kena sembahyang, berdiri di luar. Satu Malaysia boleh nampak, atau kawasan ni sudah boleh nampak kalau dia sembahyang, dia tak ada makanan. Pakailah otak sikit. Bendera yang dia orang nak kibar warna putih tu, apa salah? Maksudnya orang pergi tengah jalan pun dia boleh nampak bendera putih, sesiapa boleh datang bantu. Kalau kita berdiri tengah jalan duk sembahyang macam ni, makanan mari, mungkin itu burung gagak saja jatuh atas mulut aku ke kepala aku. Bodoh bangang, fikirlah. Kalau dia orang nak gantung bendera putih itu pun tak salah lah, bagilah bantuan. Sampai Palestin boleh pergi bantu, takkan tak ada kemanusiaan untuk bantu di sini, Malaysia. Kita duk tengah susah. Banyak di luar sana, banyak duk tengah susah. Tadi aku buat tu contoh, ada orang sekumpul, setongkol, kumpul yang bodoh, dia kata, sembahyang. Makanan boleh mari. Burung gagak punya tek saja dia jatuh atas kepala, bodoh bangang. Nak tolong kalau tolonglah. Kalau nak tak mau tolong, kalau Tuhan bagi kau orang mati cepatlah. Mampuilah kau orang. Baru tak guna.
Okay. You know what? I'm just going to bring him in. Apa khabar? Everybody, please welcome KK Shiva. Apa khabar, Cik Shiva?
Apa khabar baik? Apa khabar Tuan?
Khabar baik. Nak panggil KK ke nak panggil Shiva?
KK, Shiva pun boleh lah. Mana satu pun.
Okay, Shiva. Okay, gunakan 60 saat, 1 minit untuk cerita sikit pasal diri Shiva. Who are you? Kat mana? Dari mana? What do you do? Supaya the penonton dapat kenal anda, dan kita akan talk about the issue.
Line breaking. Saya dari mana?
Yeah, tell me about yourself, Shiva. Just take 1 minute.
Okay, saya beranak di Alostar, belajar di Batuat, kerja di Kuala Lumpur. Sekarang di Perak.
Okay.
Perniagaan saya sebagai pengedar majalah untuk seluruh Malaysia. 25 tahun, satu meniaga saja saya buat. Pengedar majalah seluruh Malaysia. Salah satu majalah Solusi. Majalah Islam nombor 1, majalah Solusi. Saya pengedar tunggal untuk seluruh Malaysia.
Okey, dan Shiva memang sebut yang Shiva adalah pengedar solusi sebab kalau tak salah saya baru-baru ni Shiva dah terima banyak kencaman daripada umat kencaman daripada umat-umat Islam yang
Ya,
reacted ataupun tak tahu kenapa. So saya dapat tahu yang baru-baru ni okay, let's talk about the first issue. Yang isu video tadi. So kalau tak salah saya pun react to that video yang ada seorang yang dianggapkan ulama dan dia juga seorang politik yang reaction dia ke the bendera putih ialah dia kata tak payah bendera putih, tak payah minta, hanya cukup untuk sembahyang dan makanan akan sampai. So were you reacting to that video?
yes, betul. Sebab dia kata sembahyang, dia kata boleh dapat makanan. Memang betul, sembahyang memang boleh. Daripada Tuhan, orang daripada luar boleh datang. Tapi masa sekarang, pandemik, kita sembahyang pun, siapa pun tak datang. Tuhan pun tak datang hantar orang bagi makanan. Kalau untuk rakyat sekarang, flag putih tu kalau kita gantung di luar, sesiapa pun boleh nampak. Tak kira bangsa lah. Sesiapa boleh nampak, dia boleh beli makanan. Itu yang video saya.
Okay. Saya akan menjadi macam, saya akan lawan cakap Shiva lah, just for the sake of argument. Bagi saya, ini pendapat saya lah. Ya, memang saya pun setuju yang sembahyang tu mustahak dan sembahyang tu ada manfaat dia. Tapi betul, saya juga setuju dengan Shiva bahawa sembahyang dengan sendirinya takkan memberi kita makanan. So bagi saya a very simple concept. Saya percaya yang Tuhan ataupun Allah akan tolong mereka yang tolong diri sendiri. So that's my opinion lah. Mungkin because dengan cara Shiva, I found the video very funny. Saya memang anggap Shiva macam video itu memang macam stand up comedy. Memang kelakar. Tapi of course you know lah, orang kadang-kadang orang agak sensitif lah. Orang kita kata sensitif. Yang dia rasa bahawa Shiva nampak macam menghina. Tapi bagi saya tak nampak itu. But I know that people saw it that way. Daripada video tu, apa reaksi kepada Shiva dari Facebook ataupun daripada social media on that video itself first?
Video tu saya tak dapat bad comment ke apa pun tak terima. Facebook saya ramai orang tengok, banyak yang share. Tak silap saya, one of my friends from daripada Amerika, dia pun hantar video kepada saya, dekat kawan saya, dan video ni memang bagus dia kata. Memang kelakar macam apa yang Aris kata tu, memang kelakar, memang bagus. Tapi bagi saya, kalau kita semayang sekarang pun, saya duduk semayang, saya memang orang semayang juga. Kalau kita semayang sekarang pun, nak tunggu Tuhan sudah hantar makanan, tapi orang tak jumpa rumah tu, dia hantar besok. Takkan hari ni kalau ada anak 5-6 orang anak tu lapar macam tu saja. Tak adil. Tak adil bagi saya, tak adil. Kalau flag putih tu memang semua orang nampak. Just 10 minit, 10 minit makanan sudah boleh dapat. So bagi saya video yang saya buat tu tak dapat apa bad comment untuk saya.
Dan saya rasa begitu gembira yang video tu diterima oleh kalangan ramai. Dengan itu, remember everybody out there.
The sound is very slow.
The sound is very slow. Okay, is that a bit better, Shiva? Can hear me? Like viewers out there, let me know while you're sharing this post, please remember to share and comment kalau boleh dengar. I'm so sorry malam ni tak tahu kenapa seems to be some lagging on the internet. I've just checked my internet speed, it should be okay, but mungkin
The
sebab,
sound is very slow. Not clear.
You can hear me? You can't hear me? Can you hear me, Shiva?
Very slow.
Very slow. Guys, in the comment section, let me know if you can hear me. But I just want to go ahead and say this. Please share this streaming. Tadi masa kita buat the sound check, memang
Hey.
Shiva berada di Kampar at the moment. So maybe the signal there is dropping for a while. But
Okay.
okay, is it better?
Better a bit.
Okay. Shiva, ni, I'm glad that your video pasal sembahyang tu dapat sambutan yang bagus. Tapi lepas tu saya dapat tahu yang Shiva post satu video. Video ni mengenai pendapat Shiva tentang ataupun soalan Shiva yang Shiva tanya kenapa perbezaan antara anjing dan kucing. Dan let me play the video first. We'll play the video first and then kita akan dapat tahu apa yang terjadi selepas video ni. The legal and the hate that was aimed towards you. So let us play this video. This was a video that Shiva posted up on his Facebook.
Salam sejahtera. Pelik tapi benar. Soalan saya, apa keistimewaan kucing dan apa yang tidak keistimewaan anjing? Padahal pihak PDRM guna anjing untuk kenal pasti jikalau jadi pembunuhan di tempat tu, dia bawa anjing untuk berbau, boleh dapat apa-apa evidence. Betul? Dia takkan bawa kucing. Tapi kucing haiwan untuk kesayangan. Memang saya setuju. Tapi kenapa anjing tu haram? Saya nak tahu kenapa anjing tu diharam. Kalau sentuh haram, tak boleh. Sedangkan anjing tu yang jaga manusia. Kalau kita bercuti ke, berkelah ke, tutup rumah ke, di depan ada anjing, kalau penyamun masuk, dia boleh bising. Dia boleh tolong bising tu, orang sebelah boleh syak. Oh, kenapa anjing ni duduk tengah bising? So, dia boleh, kalau penyamun masuk pun, orang boleh nampak. Kalau kita belah 10 kucing pun, dia akan bising. Tapi bising tu tidak boleh sampai penyamun tu masuk ke, dia pergi lompat gigi kat. Tidak, serupa anjing tidak. Tapi saya nak tahu kenapa anjing tu haram. Padahal PDRM guna anjing untuk berbau ke, mencari evidence ke, apa-apa pun dia guna anjing. Dia bukan bawa kucing. Dan baru-baru ni I post dalam FB saya, anjing tu dikecam, bunuh oleh pihak-pihak tertentu dalam video tu. Tak salah. Anjing dan kucing atau binatang lain, apa-apa pun binatang atau manusia pun dicipta daripada Tuhan. Semua ciptaan Tuhan. Kita tidak ada hak untuk bunuh sesiapa pun ataupun binatang mana-mana pun. Kalau binatang liar tu lain, saya setuju. Betul tak? So saya nak tahu, soalan saya ni, apa keistimewaan kucing dan apa yang tidak keistimewaan anjing ini? Kenapa anjing kalau sentuh haram, kalau bukan kucing? Saya nak tunggu jawapan daripada video ni. Tolong share dan tolong jawablah. Mungkin saya tak tahu. Okey, saya cuma tanya soalan ini. Kalau kucing kita bunuh ke, dia orang nyaya ke, pijak ke apa ke, orang nampak terus report, dia kena denda apa semua. Tapi kenapa anjing tidak? Anjing yang tolong manusia. Betul tak? Cuba fikir tengok dan beri jawapan kepada saya. Sekian saja.
Okay, Shiva. Okay. ini pendapat saya. Bila saya tengok ni, memang betul Shiva tanya soalan. Oleh kerana pada diri Shiva rasa bahawa pengetahuan Shiva mungkin kurang. Pengetahuan mengenai kenapa anjing tu haram. Okay? So, of course, saya pun faham mesti ada kencaman from the netizens out there. So tell me Shiva, what happened after this video? Apa terjadi kat Shiva?
Okey, selepas video ni upload dalam Facebook saya, banyak komen baru member-member Melayu kita masuk, komen yang macam nak kecam saya lah. Tapi saya tak jawab, saya tak bagi jawab. Tapi saya duk tengah fikir, kenapa dalam video ni banyak yang marah saya. Kenapa marah saya? Sebab dalam video tu saya sudah kata ini soalan saya. Mungkin saya tak cukup pengetahuan dan boleh beritahu jawapan. Itu saja. Dalam video tu pun saya tak sebut kenapa Melayu atau Islam diharamkan anjing. Saya tak guna ayat tu pun. Seperti biasa komen, saya tanya saja soalan ini. Selepas tu Facebook saya tengah bakar, panas. Komen-komen panas. Sampai keling, paria, apa itu, ini semua macam-macam. Tapi saya tak peduli. Lepas 2 hari, saya terima satu WhatsApp daripada member Muslim saya. Dia hantar post begini dan saya terperanjat. Masa tu saya duduk Pandai Indah. Bila masa saya ada tulis menghinakan Islam, ayat-ayat yang tak senonoh macam ni. Sedangkan saya seorang pengedar majalah seluruh Malaysia dan member-member Melayu, ahli-ahli meniaga semua, ramai Melayu dengan saya. Sampai satu kawan Melayu, dia seorang penerbit, dari Kuala Lumpur, saya sudah pindah Mai Ipoh, dia pun pindah Mai Ipoh. 25 tahun saya kenal dia. Dia datang hidang makanan rumah saya pergi rumah dia. Macam tu kita ada sahabat Melayu semua ramai. Tapi macam mana saya pelik tengok ayat yang dia orang hina macam ni, saya terperanjat. I cannot hear anything. Saya tak boleh dengar apa-apa pun. Saya tak boleh dengar langsung apa-apa. Tak boleh dengar. Zero. Can't hear anything. No. No.
Okay,
No.
can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Now can. Now can.
Okay. Shiva, screenshot ni yang ditunjukkan, screenshot ni terpapar kat Facebook dan rupanya this screenshot, this is a fake screenshot yang somebody set up a fake internet account, Shiva Raj KK Shiva, dan postkan this screenshot macam Shiva yang cakap ni. Tapi sebenarnya Shiva, ini bukan daripada page Shiva. This is not your page. This was a fake page. Sampai Facebook, you were attacked by Malay Muslims and Facebook block you and lock your account for 30 days. Betul tak?
Betul. Saya buat dan saya ada kerjasama dengan Bukit Aman juga. Ada yang kenal saya. Selepas saya log report, then their investigation me. Semua report saya sudah bagi, then they go through my profile yang sedia ada sekarang tu. Tak pernah saya hinakan Islam. Tak pernah. Tak pernah ada macam tu benda pun. Tapi ada orang nak nyayakan saya, mungkin saya tanya soalan anjing dengan kucing tu. Maybe soalan tu salah, tapi mereka rekakan satu page, sebiji saya punya page tu, dan dia orang kata itu saya yang tulis. So ramai yang member-member Melayu marah, tapi betul dia orang marah tu memang betul. Sebab orang nampak ayat tu memang semua orang pandai hati. Angkat pisau mai potong kepala aku pun ada. Tapi dengan cara yang betul, saya explain dengan diorang dengan cara baik dan saya bagi report laporan polis tu yang kopi tu, so diorang boleh faham. Setengah-setengah boleh faham, yang setengah tu memang tak boleh faham. So saya tak boleh buat apa dan kena jaga diri, itu saja. Dan di sini dengan Haris pun saya beritahu, saya tidak ada niat untuk menghina agama Islam. Umur saya dah 45 tahun, saya tak ada niat, sekali pun tak ada niat macam tu. Saya ada member-member Muslim, Melayu, ramai member saya. Member-member kawan saya.
Shiva, saya harap yang memang tak ada mereka yang akan mencuba sesuatu yang lebih daripada itu. Tapi okay, bagi saya inilah, this is my point of view lah, pendapat saya, Shiva. Okay, to my viewers, orang yang menonton, siapa ada masa ataupun waktu to go through the process? You kena buka an email account, you kena buka a Facebook account, you kena copy paste gambar Shiva, you kena create this, then you kena spread. Benda ni bukan mengambil waktu, ini takes time. This can takes 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, I don't know how fast. Siapa ada masa dalam hidup mereka untuk mengambil step ni supaya nak menayakan orang macam Shiva hanya untuk create more hatred dan membuat orang lebih marah? Bagi saya tak tahu, sebab dalam hidup saya busy. Saya memang busy. Saya busy. Saya kena tengok Instagram, kena tengok Twitter, kena tengok YouTube. Busy. Saya tak ada masa nak create fake account untuk kacau orang macam Shiva. So I hope that everybody is out there, kalau siapa-siapa yang tahu pasal insiden ni, pasal kes ni, this is the problem with social media. Kita tak boleh faham, kita tak boleh percaya dengan secara buta-buta. Oh, dapat ini, oh share, oh ni share, kita kena share dengan WhatsApp, tengok orang ni. You need to investigate, you kena check dulu betul tak this thing. Is this fake news? Is it real? Take your time to share. So Shiva, I hope lepas ni tak ada lebih orang akan cuba sesuatu yang kita tak suka lah ataupun tak nak tahu akan terjadi pada diri Shiva. Sebab Shiva, bagi saya walaupun tak kenal Shiva banyak sangat, tapi saya tahu, saya boleh rasa keikhlasan Shiva pada isu ni, dan it's really okay. Untuk Shiva, saya nak jawab soalan Shiva, sebab ada tak orang yang jawab soalan Shiva dengan cara yang baik pasal anjing dan kucing? Ada tak siapa-siapa yang jawab dengan cara yang baik?
Ada ramai yang explain private saya sebab apa diharamkan, dan siapa yang boleh macam DPDRM tu, siapa yang boleh sebenarnya pegang, dia orang Kristian. Saya lepas tu baru saya pun tahu dia ada Kristian Melayu, dia ada Kristian ataupun India. Tapi the time this question I'm asking when I report the police officer also, the officer explained to me. So memang masa tu Kristian ataupun India, tapi kalau terpaksa, betul-betul terpaksa, memang kita pun gunakan anjing itu. Itu saja saya dapat jawapan. So saya boleh faham dalam segi itu yang dia explain untuk saya.
Okay, so saya rasa begitu terharu. Ada juga orang yang mengambil masa untuk menerangkan pada Shiva, yang menjawab soalan Shiva, sebab Shiva hanya tanya soalan. Itu dia.
Soalan.
Simple.
Betul.
Satu soalan saja. Alright Shiva, terima kasih kerana berada bersama kita dalam sesi What's Going On Malaysia. Saya harap Shiva akan dapat Facebook account anda dikembalikan, and you can continue posting your videos, which I find very funny and very entertaining. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Harish, and I hope this live will help me also on that case, the issue perkauman. Thank you very much. I really appreciate.
I hope so too. Thank you very much, Shiva. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, guys. So you can see, this is something I really don't understand. Ada orang kat sana, there are people out there who have the time to troll. I don't know if you anybody out there, if you have the time to do this, you need to get a new life. You need to get a new job. You need to find something else to do, because it is really ridiculous to just troll people and create more hate and anger. Which brings me to my next topic, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, here's how it started. Mula-mulanya saya posted something called a 60-second response, which was actually quite spur of the moment. What happened was someone had sent me a message on I think it was Instagram, saying that a friend of theirs yang bukan Bumi Putra tak dapat a space in university, tak dapat a place. And as a spur of a moment, while I was jogging, I decided to respond with a 60-second response. And I'm going to show you my 60-second response right here. Hey everyone, Harith Iskander here with a 60-second response. I did a Facebook, YouTube live program, What's Going On Malaysia. The topic was racism, and I got a comment from an Aiman Shikin Harilal on Instagram asking about her non-Malay friend who got 10 A's in the SPM but did not get into university because of the quota system. Well, let me tell you something, Aiman. Your friend is going to be stronger, more diligent, and more able to pick up what life throws at them because they had to struggle a little bit harder. Anybody who gets into any job or any university under the radar because of their race or because of who their parents were just ends up being a weaker person. Life is tough, and the faster you learn to climb those hills, to get over those obstacles, the better it is. So take a negativity, turn it into positivity. Now, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but what I am saying is if you had to struggle a little bit harder to get where you are just going to be a better person for it. My name is Harith Iskander, and this is a 60-second response. All right, so I posted that as a whim. I posted it up because it was 60 seconds and I posted it up. Then a couple of days later, a lot of my friends started sharing this video with me. Hey bro, did you see what this guy said? Hey bro, did you see? And I saw the video and I thought to myself, this guy has got a point. He's got a very good point of view, and he makes sense. And I want to play it for you in case you've not seen it. Turns out I found out his name was Jihan. I'm going to play his response to my 60-second response.
I'm making this video in response to the YouTube Live and the 60-second response video hosted by Harith Iskander on his platforms. First of all, this is a disclaimer that there is no sentiment of hatred or anger toward Harith Iskander, and that this is coming purely from the standpoint of a person who belongs in a minority group in Malaysia. I'd like to thank Harith Iskander for providing the platform for discussion of a topic that hits close to home for a lot of us in this country. But here is what I have to say. There are two fundamental forms of racism: individual racism and systemic racism. Now, as far as I am concerned, the issues primarily discussed and addressed in Harith Iskander's videos were those of individual racism, which is the form of racial discrimination that stems from conscious or unconscious personal prejudice, such as telling a racist joke, the belief of an inherently superior race, the idea that a particular race is weaker or derogatory, and the most important one, the belief that racial inequality is not a problem. While it was refreshing to hear a person of influence bring attention to these matters, I'm afraid there was little emphasis on the most serious issue at hand: systemic racism, which is the form of racism that is embedded into the policies and practices entrenched in the established institutions of our country that result in the exclusion of a particular race or the minority group and the continued unfair advantage to a particular group based on race. This form of racism manifests itself in all of society's facets: the economy, politics, and education, which was the issue being discussed in a 60-second response video made by Harith Iskander. The example being of a non-Malay person not being granted equal opportunity to be accepted into a university whilst having equal or maybe even better grades than those of a Malay person. His response in the video talked about if you're a person who has undergone such an injustice, that you are going to grow to become stronger than a person who hasn't. Now, this is a statement that I agree with, but not one that I feel is an appropriate response to the issue that was being discussed in that video. The problem is not that we are trying to prove ourselves to become better or stronger than the next person. The problem is that no matter how hard we try or how strong we become, the system will never allow us to attain the opportunity that we deserve, and more importantly, the opportunity that the Malay community has in this country. This is the boldest example of systemic racism in our country, or more specifically, institutional racism. To the people in the comments who are saying things like the videos circulating regarding racism are unnecessary, or that these videos do not really depict the reality of our country, or that we are getting easily triggered and making a bigger deal out of something trivial, you are wrong. The fact is that racism exists in this country not only in the form of individual racism, but also in the very constitution that makes this country. And the fact that there are more videos talking about it now does not mean that the situation is only worsening now, or that we are only getting easily triggered now. It has been in this country for more than 60 years. It's just that the minority group has become more courageous to talk about it and to bring it up. Racism is not getting worse, it's getting filmed. Therefore, while we appreciate the motivation that Harid Iskandar is trying to provide in his video, it certainly doesn't belong in a video that discusses the unfair disadvantage being presented to a non-Malay person in Malaysia. To quote Harid Iskandar, struggling a little harder does make you a stronger person. But the point is that a non-Malay person shouldn't have to struggle harder than a Malay person to achieve the same amount of opportunity. We expect you to address the systemic racism in this country, even if it is in a 60-second video, not to accept the reality that life is tough, because it is irrelevant in this context. Yes, life is tough, but it is tougher for a non-Malay person living in Malaysia. Thank you.
All right. First of all, so here's where I want to go with this. My friends are sending me this video, and I don't know what they were expecting me to react, but when I saw the video, I said to myself, end of the day, I'm agreeing with Jihan. Whatever he said in the video, and his video was longer than 60 seconds, I totally agree with him. And here's why. Because that topic of systemic racism, I'm on his side. My 60-second video was dealing with something else, and we'll get into that. But here's what I really liked about it. Here was an opportunity for a gentleman who didn't respond with, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. The Indians have it bad, the Chinese have it bad. He was pointing out his point of view in a very honest, authentic, and most importantly, kind way. So that's why I said I got to get in touch with this guy. I found out through a friend of mine. We got his number. I got his number. We started chatting on WhatsApp, and I bring him onto the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, please wave your hands in the air like you just don't care, and welcome Mr. Jihan. How are you, bro?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you doing?
Okay, doing good. So, first, I want to know. When I first contacted you, or when you found out that I wanted to contact you, what was going through your mind?
So I wasn't expecting you to even see the video. I think my goal when I made that video was to simply to send a message to the people who maybe haven't had the opportunity to understand the reality of the situation, to finally learn something, to grasp the reality of the situation. And so when your friend Rabin, just a quick shout out to Rabin, he reached out to me and said, "Hey, like, let's discuss this with Harith." I was like, "Yeah, that'll be great. That's a great opportunity. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to share not just my voice but the voice of thousands, tens of thousands, regarding an issue that is as serious as this."
And I totally agree with you. Now, the part of the video which we're going to have a little bit of a banter here. So here's where I was coming from. To tell you the truth, I am pissed off with the certain rights and the certain certain things or advantages that some people are given simply based on the race. Because at the end of the day, let me encapsulate this in one small story. My late father, Colonel Musa bin Muhammad, was Malay Muslim. He was in the army. By all rights, he would be allowed to take advantage of any additional rights given to him. When I finished school, Tingkatan 5, and I had the opportunity to go overseas, my parents sent me to Australia, and they paid for everything. My dad did not apply for any scholarship under any grant, either from the military or from the government, which I found out later because I didn't know. I only found out when I came back that, hey, dia Melayu, dia military, he can apply for all types of grants. But my father said to me, he said, I didn't want to apply any grant for you because I don't want to I want to play on a level play on a level playing field, which will make me stronger. And I don't want you to learn that you have a certain advantage. You need to play on a level playing field, and you need to learn what it's like to compete with other people and not feel that, when you start a 100-meter race, everybody starts at the same line. You don't get to start 10 meters ahead of everybody else. So then only I started to learn about, ada such thing as grants and, special rights for Malays. But my father never taught me that from day one until the day he died. That's why I said with you that I agree with you totally. And my 60-second video was like basically a little thing like, you know what? In 60 seconds, I'm not going to solve the problem of systemic racism, and I'm never going to solve your life as well. But here's what: if you go around going, "Oh, poor me," you're not going to get anywhere. So get over it and let's move on. And of course, it sounds arrogant coming from Harith Iskandar bin Musa. It sounds like, oh yeah, you've taken advantage of it, so you can talk that way. Yeah, I realize now, that it could have sounded a little bit arrogant that way. But thank you so much for your response video. And I can see from the comments, a lot of people said, wow, much respect to this guy. You are speaking out in a way and for a voice for many people who don't speak out. So when you saw my video, like what compelled you to construct this response?
I think primarily we read a lot of articles, we read a lot of posts. There are a lot of things, a lot of issues that go on that are very triggering, that can invoke emotions in people. And a lot of times people react, people make videos, they write, they speak. And I myself have read plenty of these articles and posts, but I myself have never really spoken out about it. Besides like talking to my close friends or talking to my family members, and I've never really spoken out about it. So I decided, why not? Even if there's a glimpse that I may be able to have a conversation with you about it, let's speak. Worst case scenario, some people watch the video and learn something from it. And that was really it. I was simply making a response from my heart that I felt it was quite needed to be said.
And I'm glad you did that. Just as a disclaimer, as I am not going to solve this issue in 60 seconds, and you are not going to solve the issue in your 5 to 6 minute video, in the next 10 or 15 minutes, we are not going to solve the issue either. So because what happens is a lot of people go, why didn't you say this? Why didn't you say that? Dude, me and you, we're just people on the street. This is something that is entrenched in our law. These are the laws of the country. Similarly, there are some countries where marijuana is outlawed in Holland, So you can't go, kenapa kat Holland you boleh smoke marijuana, in Malaysia you get hung. Yeah, that's just the way it is. You want to change it, you're going to work towards it. And I agree with you. If you want to change the systems, and this came out with the new economic policy. Okay, I'm going to, you know how these laws came into being, Jihan? How it initiated.
Yeah. I'm sure I have an idea of it, but it's very difficult to speak about given that these laws that were placed that we have in place may in fact prevent me from speaking about them.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to tell you, and guys out there, if you're watching, if there's anybody who is on more peka, more knowledgeable of history of Malaysia, please comment and please let us know how you feel about the topics we are talking about. Here is my very basic, brief layman understanding of where this came from. And this is based on my reading of Tun Mahathir's The Malay Dilemma back in the day. So back in the day, I'm not saying this is a fact, I'm just saying this is my brief understanding. back in the late 50s and 60s, the Malays, or most of Malays, worked in the villages and the farms and the kampungs and the paddy fields, and there was a disparity between the Malays and the non-Malays, specifically the Chinese, who were creating wealth and becoming the landowners and business owners. And so the government of the day, the gentlemen of the day, the people of the day, decided to bring some kind of and I'm going to say Mahathir, but I'm not sure it was exactly him, but maybe it was him. They wanted to just level out the playing field, because it was going to become obvious that if the majority of the country, which was the Malays, was struggling, and they were watching a minority of the country, much like South Africa, if the blacks were struggling and they saw the whites were doing very well, that there may be revolution at hand and there may be violence at hand. So it was just a matter of trying to bring down the gap to a certain level, where such that, okay, now we are all equal, and then we can now not get into a fight or jealousy with each other. So this was my understanding. However, this was in the late 50s and 60s, and this was way long ago. But of course, what has happened now is that Ahmad Sabki, who earns 1,000 a month, gets a 10% discount, as well as Dato Sri Harith Miskanda, a completely fictional character, who has $1 billion business and also gets a 10% discount. So now the disparity has become very obvious. Why are we giving the same help, the same assistance to a certain race, when many of them themselves are of different economic backgrounds? So I agree with you. This policy needs to be looked at, in my opinion, and maybe needs to be tweaked or changed or got rid of. I don't know, but I agree with you that the disparity of this current system does not come off as fair. So, what do you think? What do you think, Jahan?
I think like the point of the policy was to level the playing field back then, right? I think it describes it in very simple words, but it should only take effect until it has leveled the playing field, and then it should have stopped taking effect.
Which they didn't put that into writing.
Yes, and it's still going on until now, and it has very much broadened the rich to poor scale. It's not just a problem with systemic racism; it is a problem with the system.
I agree with you as well. Going back to your video, I took heart to the part where you're saying there were two different types of racism: systemic racism, and did you use the word personal racism, or what did you say?
Individual racism.
Individual racism. I think most of my viewers who are watching, most of my followers also understand that this is something that I am a big. I'm big on this as well, in terms of what is going on between the races right now. So I apologize if at any point I came off as tackling the issue of racism in a very blasé way in that 60-second video. I see how that might have happened, but I do apologize if any way I came off of that, because that is most certainly was not my intention in the video. And I thank you for pointing that out to me. Everything in hindsight looks a little bit clearer. But by the way, Jan, what do you do in life? What is your calling? What's your career?
I studied psychology as my undergraduate degree, and I am currently doing an MBA. I work in digital marketing. I took a fascination for sociology, psychology, spirituality, and I make podcasts with my very close friend. We have a podcast called 11 o'clock. I sometimes post videos on my YouTube channel called It's All GJI, and I sometimes post videos on my Instagram, Jalomelo P. You guys can look it up later. But I enjoy making content.
That explains a lot. You're a smarty pants lah. You school very clever lah. You pandai lah. You pandai. I feel for you, bro. I feel for you. No, I really I enjoy your. Okay, there's a lag there in the comments. You're laughing. Okay. Oh, I just want to check this comment. I don't know why I'm sorry. I'm just going to scroll past this comment. There was a comment from a trans woman. Anton, if you can find that comment, bring it up. But here's the thing, Jihan. Someone like yourself, who is obviously well read, you've got a brain on you, you're smart, you're seeing what's happening in the country. Do you think you can make a change? And if so, how?
Certainly, I think we can make a change. It may start from one person. It may start simply from a video that was never expected to go viral, but it did go viral. And now there are a lot of people who have learned something they maybe did not realize in the past, or maybe they did realize, but have simply given up due to, how the reality of the country have like programmed our brains to think, right? But certainly, if we put our hands together, if we try, it's very complicated. The process is complicated. It has to do with the parliament, it has to do with the government, and a lot of policies that need to be amended. But step by step, every little step of the way counts, even if it is as small a step as speaking out in a simple video, a 3-minute video.
And that is the power of social media. And that is why I've invited yourself and Mia and KK. I want to bring Mia and KK back into the broadcast. I apologize in advance if this may cause some kind of lag. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off the scrolling moment here, because I think that helps out the lag. I'm going to bring Mia back into the stream, as well as Shiva. Apa khabar? Let's bring back the stream. Hey guys, so Mia, okay, Shiva's I think disappeared. Let's take him out of the screen for now. Mia, you've been listening to Shiva and Jihan as well. What are your thoughts listening to first the topic of KK Shiva and how he was attacked and very fake news created, and he was attacked for his post? And any thoughts on what he was going through from your point of view as a Malay Muslim girl?
Right. The internet is a very scary place. I'm very scared of the internet. Whatever he said, I'm sure he meant it. He came from a very good place. It was just taken out of context. So it caused a huge misunderstanding. And I get where you're coming from. But just taken out of context.
Yes.
For Jihan, we all bleed the same blood, don't we? So how come one person should struggle more to get the same thing?
That's the thing, right? It's a known fact. It's a known fact that we're all Malaysians. We have lived here for generations now.
Exactly.
And
we go to the same school. So how come I get into this college? How come that's an option for me and not an option for my friend Tanushian? I don't know. That's my classmate's name.
So exactly. So Mia, you know what, Mia? I'm going to predict something. There's going to be certain individuals there watching who are going to go, yalah, Mia speaking English, dia memang macam tu, dia fikir macam tu, dia speaking dia. Do you get that?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
I know. Shiva, dulu waktu sekolah kat mana, Shiva?
Saya sekolah kebangsaan Teluk Air Tawar dan sekolah menengah Teluk Air Tawar.
SPM dapat grade berapa, bro?
Masa saya mana ada SPM, PML saja. Mana ada SPM masa tu, tak ada.
Tak ada.
Kita
Tak ada
pun
SPM.
elektrik tak ada, air tak ada, rumah kampung atap, macam tu kita datang. Mana nak tahu guna ini
Steady
semua. Ini pun pertama kali. Tapi I boleh pergi Australia belajar catering 3 tahun. Duduk
mana?
Gold Coast, Brisbane.
Oh, boleh speaking Australian tak?
When I study there, I went to IELTS course, English course. I passed the course. Then I entered to Bonn University. I study catering.
Steady, brother, steady. But you know what? You know what I love about this episode is that I'm watching the comments, and I think to me this is the power. This is the power, and also the danger of social media. The power of social media is that it has brought myself. I know Mia, I know Shiva, I know Jihan, and I'm very honored to be able to put you on this platform and talk with you. Tapi on the flip side, stuff that's happened to Shiva, people yang uh, mungkin terasa sangat marah dengan apa yang dikata, tapi without fully understanding the context, simply create fake accounts to bring him down, untuk memburukkan nama dia to the point that he has to make a police report. Imagine having to make a police report for something you didn't do. For me, that's like, kenapa? Like, why would someone do that? Mia, may I just ask you, your song, what you call the Black Flag song, what kind of response have you got on a personal level?
Not much hate. Apparently, maybe I haven't found the post that people were hating on, but I don't read a lot of comments. So far so good. I think I'm not exactly aware of what's going on, of what people are saying out there.
Okay. Shiva, Jelita Rubina is listening from the Gold Coast and was excited to hear that he went to Bonn University. G'day, Jelita. You've got
Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Australian. So, here's how I want to wrap up this episode. I mean, first of all, I'll start with Jihan. Jihan, the reason I brought you onto the show is because I want to show that at the end of the day, saya rasa bahawa memang ada orang yang tak faham. You can have different opinions. We are allowed to have different opinions without fighting or without trying to kill each other, without hating each other. Kita sepatutnya dibenarkan to have pendapat yang lain. Misalnya, Jihan, you could have a different opinion. What the hell are you talking about? And you could have responded that way, but you didn't. You said you chose to respond the way you respond. Now I could have responded with what Jihan, what he said. I said like that. I didn't mean that. But I didn't, because we are allowed to have different opinions. And I would rather meet the person I have a different opinion with and talk to them and learn from them and maybe still continue to have different opinion. Shiva, misalnya, saya memang happy to dengar, saya gembira bahawa ada orang yang mengambil masa untuk menerangkan kat Shiva. Okay, Shiva, oleh kerana Shiva tanya soalan ni, inilah jawapannya. Kalau Shiva tak tahu, saya bagi jawapan dia. Tanpa menggunakan perkataan-perkataan kesat, tanpa create fake account, tanpa maki, tanpa menggunakan sesuatu yang akan memburukkan nama Shiva dan membahayakan hidup Shiva. So I'm glad there are people who share that opinion with you. And at the end of the day, Shiva, you don't have to agree with them. Oh, saya memang tak percaya ataupun tak rasa bahawa perkataan awak tu betul. But you don't have to be angry about it and you don't have to fight them. Same with you, Mia. I mean, at the end of the day, there's some people who will say, oh, there are a lot of people out there who will say, hey, black flag ni ataupun perkataan black flag ni ataupun ni, pendapat ni salah, what are you talking about? You're a privileged Malay girl who speaks English. You may get that further on down the line, but at the end of the day, we need to be able to get together, we need to be able to talk, and we need to be able to have different opinions. I mean, that's just my point of view. I don't know, guys, if you're out there, if you feel the same way, if you have a different opinion, let me know as well. So before we go, just one by one, Mia, before you go, any final words? Just shout out for yourself, your Instagram, or what else can we look forward to coming from yourself, Mia?
Promoting my social medias. Hey, you can follow me on Mia's Horrors on every platform if you want to. Also, just friendly reminder, if you have food on the table, roof over your head, health, If you can touch trees, step on grass, you're rich. Because some people aren't able to do that. Some of us lives in apartments without balconies. So think of that.
Once again, if you can touch trees and step on grass, you're rich. Boom! Nuggets! Gold nuggets! Put that in a song. Put that in your next song. I'm sure it is in your next song. I don't need to tell you that. Shiva, sebelum kita habiskan perbualan ini, ada apa-apa yang Shiva ingin kata ataupun nak promote diri sendiri ataupun what else do you want to say to everybody watching, Shiva?
Bagi saya, kita semua Malaysian. Saya tak suka isu perkauman. Kita kena hidup sekali sahaja. Sekali kita bergabung, tak kira India, Cina, Melayu, kita kena kerjasama untuk memajukan negara dan juga diri sendiri. Itu saja. Dan jangan dalam sosial media, jangan bawa isu perkauman dan juga jangan editing macam ni, nyayakan orang macam tu tak kira siapa pun. Please, my humble request to everyone. Thank you very much, Harish. I think after this show, saya ingat saya lagi famous lagi lah. I hope lagi saya famous. So thank you very much to Mr. Harish.
Shiva, bila MCO ni semua habis, I have a stand-up comedy club, The Joke Factory kat Publica. Saya nak menjemput Shiva ke atas pentas untuk buat stand-up comedy sikit.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate.
And Jihan, any final words, any shout out to yourself, or how would you like to leave this space, what's going on in Malaysia, in a better place for the future?
If I had one message to say, I just want to say there are some very real problems out there. Recently there was the issue of the blackface issue in that show Dayang Senandung. There was this a medical officer's issue. There are the issues of the students not being accepted into universities, and there are a lot of issues. But if there's anything I learned from my videos or your show, is that the people who give me support, the people who give me support come from all races. That it's not just one race that's supporting me. It's that everyone is putting their hands together, and if we do put our hands together, then we can make a change. And just before I leave, I would like to give a shout out that I wouldn't have this background. I wouldn't have the power to speak if it wasn't for my friends, family, my mom, my dad, and just my close group of friends. I thank everyone and everyone who gave me support. And yeah, thanks for having me on the show, Harit.
Thank you. You almost sounded like an Oscar acceptance speech. Almost there. Almost, bro.
I didn't mean to. I'm just used to speaking on camera. Like, yeah, you know.
That's all good. That's all good. So Shiva, Mia, and Jihan, thank you so much for appearing with me. Thank you for being my guest on the show. I look forward to following you on social media as well. And maybe when this is all over, kita akan dapat berjumpa, berdepan-depan, and we'll go out and we'll go have a coffee. And everybody out there, please call up a customer service and say thank you for what they're doing, because Mia told you so. So thank you, Mia. Thank you, Jihan.
Thank you very much.
You. Bye. I'm just gonna move everybody from the room. Thank you. Okay, guys. So there you go. This is the beauty of the internet, and this is the beauty of having a moment like this where I get to talk to people that I just saw on the internet. I'm excited by what they had to say. I'm excited by their videos. I'm excited by their songs. And then I get to talk to them on the show. Please do me a huge favor. If you have enjoyed the show, or if you've not enjoyed the show, please leave a review for What's Going On Malaysia. Remember to hashtag What's Going On Malaysia. The best place I find, if I can find your review, is actually on Twitter. So hashtag What's Going On Malaysia. Leave a review on Twitter. It's very easy to find. Or not, please, on Facebook or YouTube. I've been watching the comments, guys. I just let you know, I've been watching the comments, and I'm so thrilled that, for example, Sukdesh says, regardless of the race or background, we are Malaysian. Together we make this country and the world a better place. Tanah tumpahnya darahku. And this is a message that I believe, I personally am touched by that message. Thank you, bro. Tanah tumpahnya darahku. I just want to make a little comment on each of my guests and the reason I brought them on the show today. So Mia Sarah's song, why it touched me most is because, as you know, I have a NGO called the Hope Branch, and especially in the last 2 or 3 months, the Hope Branch, we have been doing more. We have been reaching out to more and more people. The numbers are growing. It is not getting less, simply because people are dropping through the cracks and they're not able to pay their car loans. They're losing their house. They're losing the roof over their shoulder, over their head, as was mentioned in Mia's song. So that's why I was really struck by her song. The country is struggling, and I think we are looking for a way out. We are looking to bring people back up to their feet. Please follow the Hope Branch if you can, thehopebranch.my. And see the work that we're doing, because we cannot do this alone. We can only do this with your support. To KK Shiva's issue. So bagi saya, this is memang something that is, I feel is very important. Kita perlu react. Kita kena pilih cara yang kita react. Reaksi kita kepada sesuatu, we have to watch how we react. Even if we do not like what the person is saying. Walaupun kita tak percaya, walaupun kita tak suka apa yang orang tu kata, your reaction is actually very important. Take the example of a dog, as was used by Shiva. Bila anjing tu menyalak, bila anjing tu growling, you see a stray dog. The stray dog has got nothing against you. The dog is growling, maybe aggressive with you sebab in his life, in the dog's life, mungkin sesuatu terjadi kat dia, yang he's been hurt, he's been abused, he's been in pain, and that's why when you lalu, dia growl at you. So ramai orang kata, oh anjing bahaya, the dog is shouting at me, I get scared. The dog is more scared than you. End of the day, most dogs, we are bigger. Dogs are more scared of human. That's why they growl. They growl because they're scared. Maybe you're going to hurt them. And how do you, same with some people. Some people say something because they takut, they're scared, they just say something, and then they say something which you go, hey, why they say that? They're scared, they're angry, you react with anger. Anger and anger, nothing happens. When two angry fists meet, one dies or both die. But if one angry fist comes and the other fist accepts the anger and says, hey bro, I know you're angry. I know you're hurt. What can I do for you? There is a possibility that one person doesn't get hurt and one person loosens up, because a fist cannot meet a palm without softening. I don't even know where I came up with that. I put that in a song. And to Jihan, I like the young man's smartness. I like his sensibility, and most of all, I like his manner that he gets to speak and deliver his message and his thoughts in a very calm manner. And this is what is, I think, is important for most of us, if not all of Malaysia. We can be angry. Yes, you can be angry. I'm not saying don't be angry. You can be angry, but there are different ways of expressing your anger, especially with someone that you don't see eye to eye with. Kalau orang yang you tak rasa dia cakap sesuatu yang sakitkan awak, there are different ways to express your anger. So ladies and gentlemen, with that, that brings another end to the episode. Wow, our episodes are getting longer and longer. Biasanya I usually aim at 1 hour. It's been 1.5 hours. 1 hour, 20 minutes. Thank you everyone for commenting. I'm going to go back and read all the comments. I just want to take a look at all the comments. Thank you, Richard, for watching. Mutu Kumaran, Will Daya Philip, Zekarayu Sama. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And a big thank you, a big toche, a big terima kasih to all my guests, Mia Sarah, Kiki Shiva, as Jihan. Guys, follow them on the social media. I know they will look forward to that. And I look forward to everyone tuning in or watching this episode again. Catch the parts that you missed, and watch out for the next episode of What's Going On Malaysia. And remember, leave a review. The best review will win 100 ringgit vouchers from Dome. So Dome actually happens to be, especially when my late mother was around, one of my favorite places to visit. She loved the chicken pie there. And so I was so glad that they came aboard and said, hey, can we come on your show? Can we support you? And I don't just take support from anyone, but I do believe that I have fond memories of going to the Dome with my late mother, and that's why I love the cafe latte there, and I love the chicken pie there. So guys, thank you for watching What's Going On Malaysia. Thank you for supporting this show. Thank you for leaving your comments, and thank you for sharing, especially if you're watching this show after the fact. If you're on YouTube or Facebook and you've seen the show, please, YouTube, you can click it, very easy, share on WhatsApp, have people pick your favorite moment, pick your favorite person, and go to check out Mia Shiva and KK Mia Shiva pula. Hey, there's a band right there, Mia. I know you're smiling. Mia Sarah, KK Shiva, as well as Jihan. These are very smart and people from all walks of life, and this is what makes me proud of being Malaysia. Based on today's show, I would say, hey, if these are the examples of the future of Malaysia, what's going on Malaysia, we have a very bright future. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum. Thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting What's Going On Malaysia. I'll see you guys real soon. Thank you. Good night.